Monday Night Raw Hot Takes, where I take your thoughts, your opinions, your hot takes from the previous episode of Raw, SmackDown, and or PLEs. And if they bring back 205 Live, well, baby, we'll be doing Cruiserweight hot takes from that point forward. All right, we've got Ran Talks Tabletops. I think he joined the Patreon last night, so thank you very much. I love long-term booking, but it feels kind of wrong that apparently we're not getting Seth's faction on the card for Backlash. Let's hope a match announcement is on social media. No, so far, we've gotten no match announcement on social media. However, if you didn't catch it, Logan Paul actually did attack Jey Uso on social media. After Raw last night, he punched him in the face, knocked him out. I did a short, and I'll throw it up right now. Okay, so Logan Paul, he attacked Jey Uso after Raw went off the air right here as Jay's clapping hands with fans. Boom! Nobody knows who this guy is. They're like, what the? And then they realize it's Logan Paul. So in case you didn't see it, that's what happened after Raw went off the air last night. But back to Ron Talks Tabletops. Yes, I agree with you, my friend. It's like so weird. Seth Rollins is the big bad now. The big bad. And yet he's not even on the card. That's a wasted opportunity. Now, I do know that Backlash, Saturday Night Main Event, and then the next PLE, and then the next PLE, they're very close. It's like 3 weeks apart, but I think this is a bad booking. Seth Rollins is a workhorse, and they could have done a tag team right here. They set up Punk and Sammy. We could have done Seth and Braun for a, that could have been a tag team right there. Or even Seth versus Sammy. Again, I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird that Seth, he's not on the next PLE. It feels like this angle is going to carry us for half the year at least, and he's not on the PLE. That's just odd booking to me. Odd booking. Mr. Pete, here's a hot take that's not so hot. Jey Uso will not be champion by the time SummerSlam gets here. I don't think so. I bet Seth will win the world title in maybe 2 months. I think in about 2 months, Seth will win somehow, some way. Unless they want to hold off until maybe have Seth win King of the Ring. I'm not sure though. I don't think Jay's gonna hold it for long. I'm glad he got it, but yeah, I don't think he is long for the world with the world title. But you could win the world title before Jey Uso loses his world title. All you got to do is comment below. I'm going to give away this belt at 20,000 subscribers. I'm almost at 17,000. So, well, you know what? Let's make a goal. Let's try to get 20,000 before Jey Uso loses his world title. Wouldn't that be amazing? All you got to do is comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell, ding, 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 notification, and I will give this belt away. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. Trying to quit the day job, would really appreciate it. In fact, the reason why Hot Takes is here so late today and I'm so freaking sleepy right now is because I had to get up super early and open the store. So help me out. Quit the day job. Quit the grind. You win a belt. Not a toy. And yeah, let's get back to Hot Take. We got Kai Kreese. Thought Sammy was going to turn for a second, but there needs to be more time between WrestleMania and the next PLE. Sheamus returning was a letdown too. I think Sammy's going to turn eventually, but we're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Sheamus's return was a letdown. I don't think they really have plans for Sheamus. I think they're going to do what they did last year with them. He came back after WrestleMania. He had about 6 months of really good banger mid-card matches, and that's about it before he ever goes to actually winning the Intercontinental title. He's not probably going to have a major story, a major story until WrestleMania. I bet next year is when he wins his Intercontinental title. John the Dreamer, a DQ ending is good booking. It keeps Jay looking strong after an amazing match. It was an amazing match, I'll tell you that much. It keeps Rollins looking strong and still in pursuit of the World Heavyweight Championship. CM Punk, I'm sure, wants the title as well. Tonight was booked well. We are about a month away from Money in the Bank, and the Raw main event picture is about to heat up a little over the next few weeks, in my opinion. That is a very good outlook. My problem was the fact that it was Jay's first title defense, and it was a DQ, and there's just too many DQs in general in WWE. I feel if you save the DQs for a big moment like tonight, it would have made it a lot better for me. But I do think you are right. You have some valid points. It made everyone continue to look strong. Pac Rim Electric, not really a hot take, but I really hope Gunther chops Pat into oblivion. just so many times that Pat's chest will look like Daniel Bryan's chest at the Royal Rumble in Saudi. Yeah, if you go back, Google Daniel Bryan in Saudi Arabia. Maybe if I remember, I usually don't put pictures or stuff or media in these hot takes, but if I can find a picture of that, woo, buddy, yeah, that would be good. I think it would be good for Pat, actually, too, because Pat then can take that, like a really beat-up chest, take it to his talk show and really show off to his people, and it'll make him look really strong. I think it would be win-win. It would be awesome for us to see Pat get destroyed by Gunther, and then Pat can wear the war wounds to his non-wrestling friends and look cool. So win-win for everyone. Here's a hot take that I do not appreciate, actually. So I'm not going to read the person's name in case you want to go back and delete it. Roxanne should have been released instead of Gigi. Now, there were a bunch of releases. I think it was like 14 or 18 releases on camera personality. Here's the thing. You can love Gigi all you want. I personally, Jakara Jackson, she was the one that I was like, oh my God, I can't believe they released her. But I'm not going to sit here and wish ill upon somebody else. So it's like, I get it, and I don't think you're really coming from a bad place, but I think it's a bad look when you say, oh, I wish so-and-so would have got fired over my favorite person. Because A, that's someone else's favorite person, and B, that's a person. It's a human. It sucks. It sucks that Gigi, the person, got fired, and I don't wish that upon Roxanne, the person, to get fired as well. So I get it. I would just say it's a travesty that Gigi got fired, but I wouldn't wish ill upon anybody else. I think that's just a bad look when we do stuff like that, say stuff like that. Jimbo Slice, I know people have been wanting Judgment Day to break up, but I honestly hope it stays around for a long time. WWE has finally established a faction other than the Bloodline that outlasts its members. They can have a rotating cast of members, and it's a proven method of helping talent find themselves. Damian, Rhea, Dom, Liv, even Raquel. I think they just need to add the right member to increase their legitimacy. That's interesting. I have been on the we need to break up Judgment Day bandwagon, but maybe we don't need to. See, there you go. This is an opinion that I did not agree with walking into reading, but now that Jimbo Slice, who me and him have had different opinions in the past, he has presented an argument, and here I am actually agreeing with it. Why do we need to break up Judgment Day? Maybe Finn Balor doesn't need to be in Judgment Day, but why do we need to break up Judgment Day? It can rotate. Like, maybe sometimes Judgment Day has a lot of power, and sometimes it doesn't. That is I really like that comment. He actually compares it to the Bullet Club, and that's what I was thinking as well. The Bullet Club in Japan was just a faction that rotated members in and out. And Judgment Day, I think you won me over, Jimbo Slice. We don't need to break up the Judgment Day. We just need certain people out of the Judgment Day and certain people in the Judgment Day right now for a season. Nice. Thank you. My hero is John Cena is Logan Paul. I love this. Everybody has different subjects this week. Usually I get bogged down in just 3 subjects. The main storyline, the B storyline, and maybe a little bit of the women's division. But this week, everybody's going all over the place, and I love that. So my hero is John Cena. Is Logan Paul a big afterthought and a joke because we know he's not beating Jey? Yeah, we know he's not beating Jey, although if he was to win a world title, it would be this world title and not the undisputed. So that's the only, could he? But no, he's not. He's not a big joke and afterthought. Like I said, he had that after Raw segment, so I think they're going to try to make that go a little on the viral side, especially with Logan Paul able to do it. He punched Jey Uso. I will say he's been treated very much not in serious contention. I think it's just, we all just know. I think Triple H just knows that nobody believes Logan Paul's going to win, so he's not putting too much effort into this. But, yeah, I think they definitely could have built this better. Let's just say that. He's not a joke, but I think you're right. Nobody believes that he's going to win. My hero is John Cena. I think we need more R-Truth and John Cena. Super funny promos, and I think it's a crime that they only had one promo together and Cena didn't talk. Yeah, I really want more of this. I really want more John Cena R-Truth. R-Truth's character has been really built around the fact that John Cena is his childhood hero, even though I think R-Truth is 4 or 5 years older than John, so it's hilarious. And why don't we have R-Truth turn heel, but in a funny way, like in a Santino Marella kind of way, where he's still a bad guy, but he's hilarious, or we just have John Cena beat the crap out of R-Truth so we can actually get some heat. Either way, I kind of like the bad guy R-Truth route. I'd rather go that route, but I'm okay with going, or he goes heel for a little bit, and then eventually, on appearance like 16, John Cena kicks the crap out of him. LFC, YNWA, at this point, just make Heyman champ. Why not? I mean, Paul Heyman, he can sell anything. Wow, he can sell anything. I mean, he was the main focus of the WrestleMania 41 main event, and now it's he comes in and makes Jey Uso, like builds Jey Uso up. He like had the best promo of the night. It's like not even close. Nobody can even touch Paul Heyman on that mic. It's like, man, I'll tell you what, if he wasn't so old, maybe I would make him champion. This is from Najib. Can we all agree that Braun Breaker's jacket is amazing? I think we can all agree to that. Braun Breaker is such a throwback to the 80s. He's even wearing the leather jacket spray paint. Love it. Great homage to his dad, the dog-faced gremlin. Tis Mickey, once again, I don't know how to feel. Why couldn't we have gotten Jey versus Logan at Backlash and then the stuff with Seth? I agree there. Now, it is within character for Seth to say, I want the title right now. So how they explained it made perfect sense, but I still don't think they should have done it. This is one of the few instances where I'm like, we should have gone just a little against the grain of the character. Now, we could have solved it in that Seth doesn't have anything that he's really doing, so he's going after the world title now, getting that checked off his list. If we had given Seth something more meaty to put his focus on, well, then Seth wouldn't have gone after this, and Jey could have focused 100% on Logan Paul, because, I don't know, it just makes it even more obvious that Logan ain't winning when Jey's feuding with somebody else. I enjoyed it, but I get what you're thinking. I don't know what to think. I feel like it was a little too early, plus Jey didn't even have a definitive first title. Yeah, defense, that sucks. Why couldn't Jey have fought like even Chad Gable? Chad Gable could have gotten in his face and said, oh wow, the tag team guy made a champion, and Jey's like, what'd you say to me? And then they had a fight, a banger of a match. Just like when Jey, he won the Intercontinental title, he held it for like what, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, but he still had at least one title defense in that 3 to 4 weeks with Xavier Woods. It would have been cool if he could have done that. And then final thing is, did the bell even ring at the end? No, it didn't, actually. Good catch. The bell did not ring. So technically, I wonder if Seth pinned Jey Uso in his sleep, would he win? Is this 24/7 rules? Donatello Leonardo. I had no expectations for Raw tonight, but the show was very good outside of a few slow parts. Ending of the show with Sammy and Punk interfering is good because it keeps Seth in the title picture, but gives him 2 guys to get revenge on in the meantime, so Jey can hold the title a little longer. Also, Logan not being on the show doesn't matter since this is the real story that is being told here. Yeah, I kind of wish the Logan Paul Jey thing was more of like a 3-week program on Raw, because it's like, you're right, it doesn't matter. The real story is Seth, and it's kind of weird. I think they're holding Seth off, Seth and Braun versus Punk and Sammy, probably at Saturday main event, but it's just weird that the biggest storyline right now is not on the PLE, because you're right, the Logan Jey match almost doesn't matter, because Seth is the thing that matters, and yet Seth isn't on the PLE. Just odd. It's OTW Hot Take. I'm convinced Triple H hates Austin Theory. I don't really think that's a hot take. I think that's evident actually in how that he's booked. Like, maybe not hate, but Austin Theory is definitely not a Triple H guy. First off, Grayson was supposed to be wrestling this week, or did I miss something? There was a storyline where Grayson actually said, nope, don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it. And then instantly he was booked into a squash match. No shame in losing to Sheamus, and he did get some offense in, way more offense than when he fought Jey Uso about a month or so back. But yeah, this didn't really do Theory any favors. They mentioned that Theory and Sheamus fought over the U.S. title once upon a time, and I was like, wow, how the mighty have fallen. This dude once fought John Cena at WrestleMania 38, and Austin Theory is now, well, Now he's this. Even Walker, I smell this is just the beginning of the Jey-Seth feud. However, I have a feeling it's going to be gang war of sorts now that CM Punk seems to be back to his same old hatred for the Visionary and could side with Jey Uso and potentially Roman after he's done with the now annual WrestleMania hiatus, saying that Roman Reigns goes on hiatus after WrestleMania. I think there could be a, bitter rivalries makes bitter friendships. I don't know. I do see Roman and Punk teaming up eventually, but, will they, won't they get along? And then eventually they'll just not get along. Wild-Eyed Joker. Jey Uso haters thought Seth was going to win tonight. Braun had to spear him. Sammy had his bros back and did not interfere with the match. Truth no one will accept is Seth was not going to win, specifically tonight, even if Punk didn't interfere. Yeah, I think we all kind of bought that. Like, there were points when I thought Seth was going to win, and I'm not a Jey Uso hater, but, like, I think we all kind of knew. I think we all kind of knew it was just too soon for Jey to lose, plus the match, even though he's not going to lose to Logan Paul, everything was just too soon. We should have done something where Jey was like, no, let's fight tonight. And Adam Pearce came out and said, no, you can't. You got to fight Logan Paul first. Then we could have the whole Seth having a title shot looming over Jey Uso. Jey Uso could have had at least one title defense, clean win. Anthony Smurth. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Definitely pronounced your name wrong. I apologize. Rollins really should have won because he feels already like a world champion. Jey feels like the IC champion. I get what you're saying. Seth definitely does feel like the more important character right now on Monday Night Raw, and I'm really hoping they can do what they did last year with Damian Priest, because Damian Priest, his title reign started facing Jey Uso. So maybe they can slowly build Jey Uso up in contenders, and when he's done with the world title, he still feels like a main event big deal. But yeah, Seth does feel like the more important character right now. I just wish that Seth had someone to feud with right now, just have all his focus on, so Jey Uso could build himself a nice little world title run. So we need to get CM Punk and Seth just going at each other, because last year when Damian Priest was building his nice little title run, it was Drew McIntyre and Punk going at it. And it was like two different universes on the same show, and that's kind of what Jey needs in order to really thrive as champion. He needs Seth to be looking elsewhere, because Seth does feel like the bigger deal. Eddie Broski. We got Paul is amazing on the mic. Yes. Dom needs to retain. Yes. Didn't care for the Rusev fight. I enjoyed it. It was like nothing. And I don't want Rusev to be like destroying Otis and Tozawa for the next 5 to 6 weeks. But I don't mind 3 weeks of Rusev dominating and then moving on with his life. Io and Roxanna put on a show, but I'm ready to see the tag team fight. Okay, that's fair. The main event was awesome. I just wish they let Jey pin Seth. I don't even think they rung the bell. They didn't. They didn't ring the bell. I wouldn't mind Jey pinning Seth if there was if CM Punk really hit him with the chair and the ref didn't see it. As long as there was shenanigans, I didn't mind. I wouldn't have mind a clean, or well, not a clean, but I wouldn't mind a pin. But it was a banger of a match. Skate Oliver, why are they burying Theory? The guy beat John Cena at WrestleMania, bro. I think you got your grammar wrong. You said, why are they burying Theory? No. Theory's been buried. It's like past tense. It's so past tense. It's like old English now. Theory got buried the moment. I think Triple H took over from Vince McMahon, and his first executive order was to dig a hole 10 feet deep and throw Theory's career in it, and then just whoop, here's the shovel that I used to bury Booker T. And it was just wow, they just destroyed. What have you done to my boy? What have you done to my boy Theory? Anthony Blakely, the main event is great. The Lyra and Becky segment was mid, but I'm going to give it some time before making a final decision on it. I agree with that. It was. I love that. I love that actually statement right there. The main event was great, but the Becky Lyra thing, I heard a lot of people like kind of like making fun of it or looking down on it, but it was like, I don't think it was horrible, but it wasn't great either. But I think we need to give it a little more time to digest or just, I don't know, grow on us because Lyra hasn't had much opportunity. So we got to give her at least 3 or 4 weeks to really, before we really make up our mind on this. Like, let's give her a little bit of time to make up a decision. So I love that. And then Rusev looks strong, so that is a good thing. Agreed. Good thing. Rusev Day. Booker Man, TTJC, MVP of the channel. I think that the last match was set up for either Saturday Night's Main Event, Money in the Bank. Yeah, you know what? I'm leaning towards Saturday Night Main Event. I can see that. I think I said this earlier, or I said it in a take that I threw away, but like Saturday Night's Main Event is like 2 or 3 weeks after Backlash, and then after Saturday Night Main Event, we've got Money in the Bank. It's just these PLEs are coming boom, boom, boom. So it's like they're setting up like 3 PLEs all at once, and that's why it's weird that we don't have Seth on this program, Backlash, but I bet at Saturday Night's Main Event we're not going to have Jey Uso, so it's like, not a huge fan of that, but I get what they're doing. Bishop Marley, I wasn't feeling the NXT girls coming up before, but I can get behind Roxy and Julia feuding with the champ as long as they stick together. Don't send them back to NXT after this. No, I definitely don't think they should go back to NXT. Like pull the trigger. We don't need this like half like 1 foot in WWE main roster, another foot in the developmental. Nope, it's like you're now on the main roster, baby. Let's see what we can do, because when you do that, then nobody really wins, because now it's like you have to let Roxanne lose on the main roster all the time because she's still too much in the NXT developmental, but then when she goes to NXT she has to win all the time because she's too much in the main roster. It's just it's like it's worked, it has worked, but I'd rather just like it doesn't work more often than it does. Jam Quick, where's Dakota? Unfortunately, Dakota was one of the 14 to 18 that was released. Come at me out. Braun was just waiting to spear. That whole time his face was like he had just drunk all of Chop's Red Bulls. Stay away, Braun. You better stay away. Programmed for danger. The real MVP of this week was Paul Heyman's... The real MVP of this week was Paul Heyman's blood pressure medication. Oh my God, that is so true. Paul Heyman, I thought was about to have a heart attack. I thought a vein on his head was about to explode. Oh my God, that is so funny. That is, oh, I choked. I should have drank that Red Bull so quick. Oh my God, that is so funny. Royal the Keykeeper, Sheamus is getting winded already, and Austin has potential, but is denied by Triple H. Fighting was mid and disappointing. I'm not sure if he was winded, but if he was, I don't, he hasn't wrestled since February 1st. I could see it, you kind of have to keep that wrestling cardio going, otherwise you do get winded. Heck, Jey Uso yeets for 11 minutes and he can barely talk. Yeah, right, my guy. Sami Zayn needs a new look and theme song. The Disney Channel song has got to go. I actually kind of like Sami Zayn's music, to tell you the truth. Akmel Ryan, Seth shouldn't have gone behind the world title this early after the formation of the faction. They should have built the faction strongly and in such a way that defeated all that came in its path, and the only thing that remained was the gold. I do understand. Seth would have been someone that does say, like, you know what? Let me just get the title now. He does seem like that type, but I feel that you are right also. Like, he should have waited. It should have waited, though I will say when Paul Heyman came out, I was like, oh my God, what's going to happen here? So it's like, you're right, but it's within Seth's character to want that gold now. It's like we should have had more of a focus on his feud with CM Punk first, at least. Rebel Games, Paul Heyman was on fire. Also, Logan Paul needs to join the Legion of Doom Seth and Paul have created. That would maybe at least get some heat. That would get some heat if they're going to keep that. If they're going to keep the Whoa theme song, then add Logan Paul to get some heat, real heat. Raphael had air. Rusev versus Otis was my match of the night. They had great chemistry, and Otis showed he was criminally underrated. Yeah, he is. They dropped the ball. They should have pulled the trigger when him and Chad Gable were feuding, and somehow they didn't. And someone please put respect on Pat McAfee's name. The man lit a fire that my ring general almost lost. I hate to admit it, but Gunther needs this feud to really get his aura back. That's if he wins this feud. Comment of Doom. So we almost went a whole pay-per-view cycle without another Grande Americano sitting. It was one of the hottest angles going for a bit, and we haven't seen him since Mania. Yeah, where is Grande Americano? Now, I know, Grande Americano, actually, he's been wrestling on Speed. That's a title for Twitter, X, but it's like, that happens before the show. I know for a fact that Grande Americano was at Raw, just in the show before Raw. So, like, you're right, you're absolutely right. That was a banger of angle here. Grande Americano is like, he was so red hot coming out of WrestleMania. It's like, why didn't we explore this more? Even if we're not going to have him have a feud, which it looks like he might have one with Penta soon, after Chad Gable and Penta fight, but it's like, we could do vignettes. We could do crazy, funny vignettes with Grande Americano. Look at his past or something. Really build the lore of the Grande Americano character. So it's like, it's crazy. You are absolutely right. Where is he? Axel Serial. John Cena would have had a better booked farewell tour if Vince was still running things. Oh, you know, Vince was pretty bad at booking at the end, but you're probably right. I think Vince would have given John Cena a better ending. But we still have 24 appearances, so I guess there's still hope. Dramer OG, not really a hot take, but Goldberg beats Gunther. Sadly, Chop. Yeah, well, you know what? If Goldberg beats Gunther, then Chop will be sad. Vans Broad. Sheamus should have returned to stop Rusev and start a program with them. Oh, you're right. You know what? That would be a good thing. What they could have done was Rusev could have went on a tear for about a month, beating up people, and then Sheamus returns and goes after Rusev. They even have history in the League of Nations. That would have actually been good. That would have been a good promo for both of them. That would, like, they're both hard-hitting dudes. Great take. T-Rex Carter, people need to put some respect on Jey Uso. He has turned up the fire since winning the belt. I hope they let him have a decent run. You want to know something? Actually, you are kind of right here. You know why you're right? Not only is he trying, but the dude shows up. When was the last time you saw a world champion, Cody Rhodes included, that showed up every single week and willing to have fights every single week? Who was the champion before Roman Reigns? That was Bray Wyatt, actually. Like, it's been a very long time since we had a champion show up as much as Jey Uso has. So, at the end of the day, maybe we do need to put a little more respect on his name. Even if he only knows 3 moves, at least he's performing those 3 moves every single week. Chimichanga doesn't think so, though. Midcard J. Zap Hassan, I am sick of champions getting into non-title matches and all the roll-up pins. Valid. And even worse is when it's a non-title match to see if you can get a number 1 contender match with the champion. So it's like, wait, I need to beat that champion in order to get a match against that champion so I can win the championship. I hate that. And roll-ups, don't get me started. And Brian Goldstein, this is not a prediction, but a spoiler. Goldberg is going to show up at Backlash and try to help McAfee and lead to a match with Gunther. God, I would hate that. Oh my God, would I hate that. I'm okay with Gunther destroying and murdering Pat McAfee, but if it brings out Goldberg, and then we have Goldberg versus Gunther, if Gunther wins, heck yeah, right? Then I'm like all about it. But right now, I would be just so afraid that they're going to do another Gunther tap out in 2 seconds where we do a 30-second squash match. Yeah, I'm sure Gunther would get a good payday. But if Goldberg beats Gunther, oh my God, that would just be horrible. I don't want to be over dramatic, but I think it would ruin my life. Oh, please don't let Goldberg beat Gunther. It's like, oh, wow, geez, I just the thought of it, the mere thought of it. I have to end this video now. I have to end this video now because I can't think of nothing else but Goldberg beating Gunther, and that's just like, the video's over. Video's over. Those are the hot takes. Boys, girls, have yourselves a great day.